Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the American Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my buddy Ryan Ennis. Ryan, how's it going, man?
Everything's going good, man. How about yourself?
Good. Trying to adjust to this weird northeast weather we have. One day it's like 80 in summer, and the next day it's like 50 and cold.
Yeah, it's been pretty chilly down here for the last couple of days, so that's been welcome.
Oh, it's a nice welcome change.
Yes, sir.
All right, before we get rolling, let me give you all of our social media pages so you can find us at a later date if you need to. It's at facebook.com/American Sports Connection, or on Twitter at AM Sports Con, CON Pod, POD. If you're not listening now live on YouTube, it's youtube.com/EaglesFan0683, or you can find us on the B Plus Player Radio channel. The best way to find that right now is on Twitter at B Plus Radio. And one more thing, don't forget to check out our sponsors at the Squared Circle Magazine. You can find them on Twitter at TSC Wrestling Mag. Use promo code ASCPOD for 20% off your next order. All right. Before we get started, I guess we should go into I guess you would say the more popular news that's been going around this week with Neville.
Yeah.
Depending
we
on
talk about
what
that
you
whole
read,
situation.
I was gonna say in who you listen to or who you read, because one report had said that he had left Raw and wasn't happy with, I guess, what they had planned. And then I read other things that said he actually didn't show up and didn't work the house shows that weekend. So I'm not really sure which is accurate.
Well, I mean, as far as all of that, he was at Raw and he left. That's indisputable.
Okay.
He didn't just call out of Raw. He left of Raw. I haven't heard anybody else say anything other than that's what Meltzer said.
Okay.
That he walked out of Raw a couple hours beforehand because they had him scheduled to lose to Enzo.
Okay.
Now, whether or not he really asked for his release, that is what's heavily being disputed.
Right. I know he was unhappy with I think they just put out a new shirt of his recently and went on Twitter I guess mocking it. I guess this has been a thing that's been building up with him.
I don't know if it's just about merch. I just think a lot of it has to do with having him lose to Enzo after the run he had.
Yeah.
And then he sees the successes of guys who left the company. It's not the same company it was even 5 years ago. Guys can leave now and make some money for themselves. Look at what Cody Rhodes is doing.
Yeah.
He now just signed an exclusive contract with Ring of Honor, but he can still work for New Japan, but he's made himself a fortune.
Oh, absolutely. He's proved that you can do it, and there's probably someone else that I'm forgetting.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, there's another one that came back.
Jinder Mahal, who went out and made a name for himself up in Canada.
Yeah.
And came back.
Yeah, that's what I try to tell some people, and I'm not knocking WWE when I say this, but it's not this be-all, end-all. You can have a great career and, live off of, being a pro wrestler without having to go there.
Some people can.
Right. I'm really just curious to see where this is going to go. If he's actually going to get his release, if he indeed truly asked for it.
I don't know if he would I don't know if they would just give it to him.
I know. I would. I don't know. They would just, in my opinion, they'd be like, tough, stick it out. I don't really see them as like a company that would like give in to someone's demands.
Well, no, I mean like they let Austin Aries go.
Right.
I just don't know if they would. I mean that surprised me, but I don't know. As far as like whether or not they're gonna or not, like I have no idea about Vince's mind or what their contract stipulates or any of that. So.
Yeah, no. It's just interesting to think about because
Hi, baby.
because
Sorry.
well, we'll get into that with Raw, but I didn't see it coming. That was kind of like out of left field for me that happened with Neville.
I mean, it's not surprising given the current storyline that they've been, that they have for him.
True. Because like I thought originally when he lost the title, and then when Enzo was like, "Oh, well, if you touch me ever, you'll never get a shot ever again." After he did that and destroyed him, I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe they're gonna move him, and have him, maybe a mid card guy, maybe go for like an IC title or the US title or something. But apparently not.
Yeah. It's a shame because he
No,
really is one of the best in the world.
no, it really is because he's super talented.
Yeah,
But
he's really, really good and underused in WWE.
oh, I absolutely agree. All right, moving right along. What did you think of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view this past Sunday?
I really enjoyed it. Like, I don't know if it's because it started off with the New Day, like that first match.
That
was
match
fucking
was
amazing.
fantastic.
Like, it's one of the best Hell in a Cell matches I can remember in a while.
I liked it because they got like creative.
Bro, that's as brutal of a match as you're gonna see with no blood.
Yeah, but like what I mean is you saw stuff that like you very rarely will see in like Hell in a Cell matches. Like that was new ground they kind of broke, if that makes
Oh
sense.
yeah. Oh,
That
absolutely.
I'm trying to because that one was really good. I thought the U.S. title match, the triple threat, was good,
Yeah.
and the main event was good. Other than that, it was kind of.
I mean, I didn't expect a ton from like the one that surprised me, and it wasn't even their fault, was Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
Yes. That was a little surprising, but I don't know. I just get like this vibe and that he's like phoning it in, Ziggler, like he's just kind of going through the motions.
No, because he still needs to keep his value up. I
Well,
don't think
yeah,
so.
you got a point because apparently his deal's coming up. I think at the end of the month,
Yeah, and
and yeah,
he doesn't feel like he's being used right.
yeah. Well, dude, he could make a ton of money out, wrestling on the independents.
Or Japan.
Yeah, wherever he chooses he wants to go, he's got name value.
Yeah. And he's just over as fuck, and he's one of those people that smart fans really know.
Yeah, and people will pay to see.
Yeah. And he
Um.
would be perfect for what the concept of Bullet Club is.
Oh, absolutely, he'd be perfect for it. I'm trying to remember. I actually, I talked about the main event. I thought it was really good. I don't know. I wasn't expecting it to be bad, but I guess it just exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the pay per view for the most part. Like that.
You sound like you're far away, Rye.
Oh, sorry. The ending got me of the pay per view.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Because what was the one thing I said wasn't gonna happen?
Is Sammy turn heel?
I was like, you fucking kidding me? I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then it made me want to see the explanation on Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Where you're like, what? You're like, I have to go see why he did this now. Like,
Yeah.
that's how you know when you got somebody. When they're like, I have to tune in to find out why.
Yeah, I have to see what Vince was thinking. Like, where's this going?
And then you will find this funny. That bump that Shane took, where Sammy pulled Kevin out of the way. Yeah. It might have been Time magazine, or it was like a legitimate publication posted that Shane McMahon suffers serious multiple injuries and all this stuff. And I started laughing because I was like, wow, they really got him.
Well, I think WWE put out an official press release that stated something to that.
Oh, okay.
So that may be legit. I don't think it's to the extent of
that they were hyping it up.
Yeah, because the chick on NXT, I think it was, or Dasha, whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah.
She's the one who came out and said something like, dislocated shoulder, broken ribs. Yeah. So, I don't know what the official thing said, but...
No, but that was just funny to me. And Lance said that he said that Sammy should have joined Owens months ago.
Yeah. I just, to me, it's like they... I don't know. Just because Shane didn't give him an opportunity, he's going to forgive Kevin Owens for everything he's done to him.
Yeah.
To me, that was just like, you're going to come up with something different.
I know what you mean. That's interesting, Lance. Lance said WWE said he was hurt, and then he's not hurt. And that's, I don't know if you'd seen it. I saw it. That's why I guess Superstar Billy Graham put out this nasty message on Facebook or Twitter or something
about Shane's health.
Yeah, well, the WWE said he was hurt, and then they put out another, I guess, statement that he wasn't, or something to that effect.
Kayfabe is still
alive and well.
Yeah, with Billy Graham.
Oh yeah. But no, what I was going to say about Hell in a Cell, I thought it was better than I had expected. I would probably give it a C.
Oh, I give it a B.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I personally, I didn't expect Jinder to lose the title.
No, I knew that he wasn't going to lose it.
And I didn't expect a 5-star match, so I kind of got what I expected. The AJ match was fucking phenomenal.
Pardon the pun.
Yeah, pardon the pun. No, I liked it. The women's match was what it was. Other than that, it was just really shitty showing for Rude and Ziggler.
Yeah, that was just weird. You know what I mean? So. It was just weird. It just kind of was flat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree fully.
All right, moving right along. What did you think of Monday Night Raw this past week?
Nothing super memorable. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm lying. I actually like how they got the Shield back together this week. But I think they're trying to, or it's obvious, they're trying to get Roman over through the use of the Shield.
Oh my, it's blatantly obvious.
I think the biggest faux pas was that they never changed Roman's theme. So now the Shield theme is Roman Reigns' theme, so it's not going to get the same pop.
It's not going to get this. Yeah, it's not going to get the same. Oh my God.
Because did they even come out to the Sierra Hotel at India
Nope.
Eka? No.
Mm-mm.
See, like, even not even including that.
It's just
They
the
had a
little
new
things,
shirt.
yeah.
They had a new shirt, but you couldn't put the actual, like, you had to keep it Roman's music.
Yep. And did you notice? And maybe I'm assuming they did this on purpose, for dramatic effect. They didn't all come out at once. It was Roman comes out, and then Dean's music hits. You know, he comes out, and then eventually Seth's music. You know what I mean? All one by one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was to build the suspense for all of them, but you knew once one came out, they were all coming out.
Oh yeah. And what's funny to me is I've had, not to me, but I've seen people getting in like fierce arguments that they're like, oh, well, this is nonsense for people to say that they put the Shield back together to get Roman over. They're like, he already is over. I was like, that's not the point. They're trying to get him to where they want him to be.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's not that he's not over. It's they kind of want to push him more to where they want him to be the guy.
Yeah, yeah, they want the fans to like him, so he could be a true babyface. If you have,
And I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
oh, I told you, not without him. I mean, it could, but it's going to require him being heel for a while. And then
Yeah. I just mean the way they
Oh, you're right.
book him and like perceive him now, it will never work.
No, I agree.
And like Lance said, it's amazing that WWE had a T-shirt all ready to go for the Shield 10 minutes after they formed.
Yeah, right.
But that's not
I
shocking.
wonder how they do selling that kind of stuff.
What's that?
I wonder how they go about selling that, though. Do they not start selling that shirt till after that particular promo?
You would think. I know, talking from someone I know that goes to wrestling shows, I saw him on Wednesday. He tried to order one of the new Shield shirts on Tuesday, and they were already on back order.
Wow.
I was like, damn. But they were really putting the Shield over because they had them destroy Strowman.
Yeah, but then in the next segment, he's walking like nothing happened to him, saying that he wants to, that he's going to be the fourth person of Mrs. Team.
Yeah.
So, I think I think it made them look good, but I don't think that had anything to do with Strowman. But it was weird seeing three babyfaces attacking one heel.
Yeah. Because that's more like, a heel type thing. Gang up on one guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, we got to talk about this because you had messaged me earlier in the week about it. And I've had time to think about it, and I've kind of come on your side with this. The I'm laughing even trying to talk about it. The Bray Wyatt stuff.
Bro, that shit's fucking terrible.
And I really thought that's what they were going to do. I had like a really... How do I want to say... I knew it was either going to be really good or it was going to be really, really bad.
But you realize you said the same thing about the House of Horrors match?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, like... They gave up on him, and you gotta understand that.
Yeah, you could tell. They basically killed that character.
Fucking Bray Wyatt and fucking Spooky Drag.
It was like, at first you're like, okay, and then when it went on like the long ramble, you're like, oh no, this is bad. This is bad.
Well, I mean, and on the same nugget, even though it's on SmackDown, it's the fucking promo for the fucking Bludgeon Brothers. What?
Yeah, that's so bad.
What?
We're gonna get into that in a minute.
I saw that. I was just like, what?
Oh god.
Broken bones, severed spines. I was like,
Yeah.
this is so hokey.
You know what it reminded me of? When I'm
What?
looking at them, the way they're dressed and everything, and I'm like, they're trying to be War Machine.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right.
That's the first. As soon as I saw, I'm like, they're trying to fucking be War Machine, because that's what they like with the gear and the little mask, like, because they kind of do something similar to that.
I just thought of hokey ass barbarian and warlord.
That too, like Lance said.
But no,
that's,
you're right. You're right.
That's
I see War
WWE's
Machine.
new repackaging. Ugh.
Bro, that's fucking terrible. Like, I was like, how far is this gimmick gonna go? Like,
Yeah.
this isn't good.
And we all know Finn Balor's winning because he's supposed to be doing a program with Brock Lesnar.
Well, like apparently there were people like like cracking up, like laughing, like tears laughing at Raw in the crowd.
Oh, that's not good.
I mean, I was sitting there watching it with a group of people on the internet thing that I watch it, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, like, look, I'll give you an example. Like, if you had your wife watch that with you,
You know,
that's
I was
not
just about to say,
a wrestling
like,
fan, she
I
would be
swear
like,
to Christ,
"What
took
the
that
fuck
right out
is
of my head.
this?"
That's something that I couldn't be like, because my wife watched some of the Hell in a Cell with me.
Yeah.
I couldn't show a Bray Wyatt promo and be like, "This is why I like pro wrestling."
She'd be like, "You're weird."
I mean, like that kind of shit embarrasses me. That's Vince.
Oh, absolutely. Because I think it could have been so much better.
Yeah, they could have just not done anything with Sister Abigail and just left it alone.
Dude.
Didn't Randy Orton murder him
Yeah.
when he burnt the house down?
Yeah. That was my thing. I've told people, and I've said this from now, since the first time they debuted, I never ever wanted to see a physical form of Abigail, and everyone was like, "Why? It'll be cool." I'm like, "No, it's more of an unspoken, kind of you're not supposed to see thing."
Oh, I wanted Abigail. Like, I wanted Bailey to end up being Abigail.
Dude, that would have been very interesting.
But not like a creepy undead, just like a little, like, think of like, what is it? The Stephen King movie with the creepy little girls.
Oh, The Shining.
Okay, so that was The Shining. But yeah, like, instead of like, what people would picture for Sister Abigail, clean cut, wholesome looking, complete opposite of Bray.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
Like, I think like that's better than Bray wearing a fucking. It's not even drag. That's a shawl over his head with black makeup on.
I hate to say it like this, but it's like my grandma used to wear, the little old Italian ladies. Yeah. They would wear it over their face.
Yeah, it's a fucking shawl.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about this real quick because it has to do with TLC. Emma winning that 5-way elimination to face Asuka. That match wasn't terrible.
No. Does it really surprise me?
No, but this is my thing. I'm just curious, are they gonna let Emma actually have like somewhat of a match with her, or are they just gonna let Asuka just squash her?
I don't know, because Emma can work.
And they were, and him, bleh, if I could talk, her and Asuka had matches before in NXT that were good.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see where that goes. And people, I've had people, oh, they need to put Asuka on TV already. It's like, no. They're like, but why? I'm like, because she's an attraction. You make people pay to see her.
Yeah, you know what? I was curious with what route they were gonna go with her.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're gonna start her like by the time she gets the title, it's gonna be like she's still gonna be undefeated, but she's gonna go from the bottom
Yeah.
up. So it's gonna be like 1,000 days. Not maybe not 1,000 days. Maybe another like what she like 5 something now undefeated.
Something like that.
Depending on how they want to count it, because she's not actually wrestling now.
No.
But I could see her having, because she's already beat Goldberg's unofficial record.
Yeah.
I believe she's the all-time most consecutive wins.
Yes, that's correct.
But I think by the time she gets to the main roster title, that's going to be a much larger number.
You're probably right.
Because if they book her winning the title right away, what can they do other than take the title off of her?
Yeah. I hope they don't do that. Because, in a way, she's basically the female Goldberg.
That's my point. I think that before you give her a lengthy run, you give her a lengthy...
Chase. Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, you know, who knows what we could end up looking at by the time she finally wins and then drops the title. I'll be pissed off if they have her job to anybody.
Yeah. Well, unless it makes sense. But
no, it won't until after she wins the title.
Yeah,
you have an opportunity to really make history with her.
No, yeah, that totally makes sense. She was just actually here was it last weekend? I think it was last weekend. She was signing autographs and taking pictures. Because I'm trying to remember a guy that I know that does camera work for CZW. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Lyle. He got a picture and met her, got something signed, said she was very, very nice. So that's always cool to hear.
Yeah, I agree.
What did you think of the main event, dude, with Kalisto taking the title off of Enzo?
Well, I read somewhere that they felt that they had booked themselves into a corner with that stipulation that if anybody touched him, they wouldn't challenge him.
Yeah.
So that's why they decided to take the title off of him. But then I heard that originally they wanted him to go over on Neville, so I really don't know what to think.
I know it's weird, because, and this is in no way disrespect to Kalisto, I personally thought they should have kept that title on Enzo for a while, because people were so angry that he had that title, and came out and, you know, talked a bunch of garbage every week. I would have kept it on him, and he could have probably been one of the hottest heels in the company.
Yeah, but I think that really bothered some of the 205 guys.
Mm-hmm.
That he was the champion.
Well, that's very possible, too, that he might have rubbed them the wrong way.
Well, I mean, he's a known fucking troublemaker. I mean, he pisses people off all the time, like...
Yeah, well, I think they said within like a week I had read reports, or maybe at the very most two, that he had basically pissed off everybody in the 205 locker room.
No, that's very possible. But I know just even on a professional resentment, like these are guys who put all this dedication in, and he was signed with never having a match. He was signed to be a mouthpiece. Now all of a sudden he's the representative of like the real wrestling division.
Yeah,
that's a slap in the face to guys like Gulak and Vari, and you know, guys who have built a career.
Absolutely, it's busted their ass to get there. I could totally see where you would have some resentment for that. Um, I don't mind Kalisto getting it because I like him as a worker and stuff. He's just kind of bland in the like personality department.
Yeah, I think if they market him right, though, they can gear him towards kids, and he could be super bland, and it still make the money.
Oh, absolutely, with the mask and everything.
And Maz gear, the stupid lucha dance.
Oh yeah.
Although I said this to you, I'm very pissed off that they gave him his old lucha music and got rid of his new lucha with the fucking drums.
Yeah, that was cool. I liked the one you're talking about with the drums.
Yeah. The one where he fought Strowman in a dumpster match. I think that's where he debuted it.
Yes, that's correct.
But that could be when he dresses like Drago, so.
That's very true also. I dig that when he dresses like that.
So do I. I think his outfit is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah. It's just they need to find a way, like you said, to market him better, like towards kids.
Yeah.
All right, moving along. What did you think of SmackDown this week?
I watched it mostly for like I don't believe Jinder was on.
No, not off the top of my head.
I watched it mainly just to see what like the explanation for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Which I thought I really enjoyed that segment.
So did I.
Like most people didn't get it, like because Sammy wasn't like necessarily angry or whatever, but because he was like smiling the whole time. But I thought it was perfect the way he played it.
Yeah. No, I hope they go somewhere good with this though. There's so much wrong that could be done.
Oh, absolutely. I hope. I don't know if they would do this, but maybe let them have a tag title run.
Yeah.
Because there's not really a lot they have in that tag division right now. Because Gable and Benjamin won that #1 contenders match to face the Usos.
I did like the promo with the New Day and the Usos.
Yeah. Those guys,
I really like that promo.
They seem to never have a good match. Never have a bad match.
Oh yeah, they're great. I mean, like that's what happens when you're working with friends. It's still like the best of friends. Hell has frozen over, Ryan. Lance said Sami Zayn won him over now. Really? Oh shit.
I'm just curious to see where they go with that. I thought the tag match with Orton and Nakamura was just like, eh.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that made Rusev just looks like a super jobber.
Yes. That was my other big gripe about Hell in the Cell. I thought Rusev needed that win more than Orton did.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't know where they were going with that. And actually, I kind of hope they'll probably get, I'll say, one more match out of it, but I think they need to get Bobby Roode away from Ziggler, like have someone different with him. I don't know, it's not clicking, I think, like they thought it would.
Well, they really didn't give him a lot of time to really do anything.
That too.
At all. Like, so, I mean, like, it kind of felt like they just gave up on that match.
Yeah, like they threw in the towel.
No, I'm talking about the writers.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I agree.
I mean, so I'm not gonna fault them. I mean, you can only do so good of a match with a short time that you're given, and it was right before the main event.
Oh, and that's the worst possible time. Because you're kind of, and I don't want to call either of these guys that, but it's just like filler till you get to the main event.
Yeah, unless it's promoted as like a co-main event, which should have been the world title match.
Yeah.
At the very least, the fact that that wasn't, that's crazy.
No, and I thought the main event, dude, was really good. Corbin and, not that AJ is going to have a bad match, but Corbin and AJ had a really good match.
Yes.
And him pinning AJ clean really surprised me.
Well, you know, like, now they got to get him over. Now they got to make him legitimate. They gave him a title. So they got to give him one legitimate win, because that's not going to hurt AJ much.
No. It just caught me by surprise. That's really it. Because I think almost like AJ is now the like the champion in waiting, I guess you would say. Like, I think he's gonna eventually take the belt off of Jinder, but that's just a complete guess by me.
It's possible. You never know.
Because I don't know who else they could really put with Jinder right now. Well, yeah, but he's not gonna be back now for Survivor Series.
I don't think he's losing it. They're not going for their second trip to India till December.
Yeah, well, I said he was probably keeping the title till the Rumble at the earliest.
Yeah, I said that to people. They thought I was crazy.
And everyone's like, "Oh, you were right."
It's a business move.
All right, next, what did you think of 205 Live this week?
Nothing really stood out. I was surprised that they didn't do like a thing where Enzo tried to, like what me and you had talked about, where he tried to like claim that the match should be overturned because somebody. That didn't happen, so I was happy for that. Nothing really stood out. You know, I mean, it's that's sad.
I know the one thing when I watched it, I thought for Rich Swann and TJP to have a 2 out of 3 falls match, I thought it was far, far too short.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a 2 out of 3 falls match, I think that's got to be the rest of your show.
Especially for a blow up to that feud.
Yes. And then like they had the Kalisto and Mustafa Ali against Enzo and Daivari. It was just it's okay, but it wasn't anything, groundbreaking. That you're gonna be like, oh my god, I got to go back and watch this.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it was good while it was there.
Yes. It's just something that I'm not going to go back and like, oh my god, I got to like rewatch everything on it. And that's sad because they have so much talent.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. It's a shame.
Well, and like we've talked about this before, I hate it if you have an hour show and the first like almost 15 minutes is a talking segment.
Yeah.
That really irks me.
Especially on what's supposed to be your wrestling show.
Yeah. Because that's supposed to be where, like, your top cruiserweight talent goes. If they would have let them wrestle like the way they did in the Cruiserweight Classic, I think it would have got over better, in my opinion.
I agree.
because they basically like constrained them and like watered down what a lot of those guys can do. Because I've seen a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree fully though.
Yeah, yeah. What did you think of NXT this past week?
Who qualified? Peyton Royce qualified this week, right?
Correct.
Because
Because of I'm trying to remember the girl's name.
Tayanara Conti.
Thank you. She attacked Nikki Cross.
Now, I don't know. Did you see the .com exclusive where she goes to talk to them afterwards and
No.
they blow her off?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. He goes, well, you had a purpose and you served your purpose. Because she's like, we had a deal. I don't know, but they don't allude to what the deal was.
Right.
And he goes, no, you had a purpose and you fulfilled your purpose. And then they walk away from her.
Oh, wow.
So,
So that's interesting.
yeah, like, so apparently she's not going to be part of his stable.
Yeah. I enjoyed the match. It was actually Lio Rush's debut against his old partner.
Wait, Lio Rush actually had a match? Wait, I must have missed that then. Because
Yeah,
I
it
know
was-
he got attacked last week.
Yeah. This week it was Lio versus Velveteen Dream.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it was good. Well, they used to be tag partners in Maryland Championship Wrestling. But I didn't realize how smaller Lio Rush is until he was like nose to nose with Velveteen Dream. And he's not a big guy either, but he like dwarfed over him.
I mean, he's big enough. I
Yeah.
mean, that dude is jacked.
Yeah, I was just like, wow. Like, it caught me by surprise how, like, big he was. Because, yeah, he's like 6'2".
Yeah, Lio Rush is just, what, like 5'4", 5'5"? He's tiny.
He's like almost my height, and I'm like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, he's a
But it was
small dude.
entertaining for what it was.
I got to go back and watch that.
Yeah, they got plans for Velveteen Dream, the stuff with Aleister Black. So he reminds me a lot of, and I hate comparing guys to people, but it's like an updated version of what Goldust would be if he came out now.
Well, Goldust or like Adrian Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's jacked. He looks like he could beat the shit out of you, and he plays the effeminate role really well.
Yep. It's not bad at all. I thought of you because your buddy was wrestling again this week.
Who's my buddy?
Lars Sullivan.
Bro, I want him to be world champion. Just fucking destroy everybody.
Him and Danny Burch had a decent match where Burch was trying to beat up on him. He was stiffing the hell out of him with those European uppercuts. But Lars Sullivan has such a good look, and that's what's going to really help him.
He just looks like an angry caveman.
Yeah.
He just looks like he should be strong. Like, if you look at his face, he just looks like he should be strong. And then he's built like a tree.
Yeah. And he just has like these like weird facial expressions.
The way he throws people around is what kind of hooked me. Like, yo, that motherfucker just threw him across the ring.
Oh, yeah. What did you think of the main event with Gargano and Almas?
I think it was a good way to have Gargano lose. Because if they do want to give the shot to Almas, like, he almost had the win. You know, so I mean, like, it wasn't like he got squashed. He lost dirty. It was a good. It wasn't something to write home about, but it wasn't a bad match.
No, and because I messaged this to you earlier, I really like that DDT almost uses now.
Yeah.
It just looks really good. And what was I going to say?
And I like him with Vega.
Yeah, and the other thing I like is he's kind of bringing the, like, DDT back to where when you hit it, you're done.
Well, yeah, you know, that's a completely different discussion for a completely
Oh, I know,
day.
I know.
Yes.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying now.
I agree 1,000%, but that's not something that you're going to be able, like, that's something that's all going to have to be changed at once.
Oh, I know.
But no, I agree. Let a finishing move mean something.
No. Yeah, I completely agree with that. One thing
Like,
I actually...
I don't care about 10,000 no finishes. So long as it's not off the end of a finisher. You know what I mean? Like 1, 2, and the guy kicks out at the crack of 3.
Yep.
Let that happen a million times. Let, you know, the kitchen sink, other than the finisher, let somebody fucking kick out of. The finish should be the finish. And if somebody does, it should be very few and far between and mean something.
Yep. Or at a special, like, big time match, like at WrestleMania or something.
Yeah, and have it mean something.
Yeah. That's my big issue. Like, I'll give you an example. Before Seth, it was this past Mania, where Seth kicked out of the pedigree. Before that never happened. I could probably count on one hand I've seen guys kick out of that.
Same thing with the 3D.
Yep.
I think they've only let 3 people kick out of it.
I don't even remember that many.
Fuck. I used to know them.
Nah, it's okay.
I know one is the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh,
and
wow.
One was, yeah, in TNA.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, because they were having like a really good, really long feud between them, and that was their way to kind of pass the torch on. And they let, I think it was Chris Sabin, kick out of it.
Wow.
One I think was Masahiro Tanaka in ECW, and I forget who in WWE. But yeah.
You piqued my curiosity now. Huh. But that's cool. But yeah, that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother time. I forgot to mention this when we started, because I don't know if a lot of people know this, because actually I just found out about this earlier today. OVE, the Chris brothers that wrestle for Impact, or GFW, whatever the fuck it's called now, because they're their World Tag Team Champions. Jake actually broke his foot. I don't know if he did it when he did it, but it was recently, so I don't know if he's going to be able to defend those titles. I think it's November 3rd is their pay-per-view. It's the first weekend in November. Or the 4th, excuse me. So that's,
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so that's shitty luck for them. And I just found this out by coincidence, so... Because they were
Maybe he'll be able to work through it?
I don't know, because they were supposed to wrestle tomorrow night somewhere that I'm going to be.
No, yeah, but no offense, that's not...
I know. him and his brother were pulled from the show that they were committed to tomorrow. So I don't know how bad it is or, you know, anything along those lines. But that's just something I just found out. Wanted to throw that little nugget in there.
Well, that sucked.
And on that note, we're going to get out of here for tonight. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that stuff. And we'll see you back next week. Have a good night, everybody.